Good evening, everyone. Thanks for coming again. Remember, I'm Shelby. I'm going to be leading this group again. We're all here for domestic violence. Unfortunately, don't see any new faces. Looks like we're all here, so go ahead and start. Remind you guys that can't be smoking or drinking during group. That was in our contract. Um, Go ahead and remind you for confidentiality purposes. If you want to talk about your feelings outside the group, that's cool. But let's not talk about anything that anyone else says during group, okay? And I will have to breach confidentiality if you threaten to harm yourself or others. All right? Does anybody have any questions with that? Faith, just come see me after the group, or do you have anything to share?
No,
No?
a good week.
Good week? Good. How was everybody else's week?
Good.
It's okay.
Just okay?
Just okay.
Okay. What were some positive things that happened this week?
I got a raise at my job for doing good work, so that was positive.
What kinds of things did you have to do to get that raise? What do you do?
Well, I work at a hospital, but I did a lot of extra work, like staying after, and so they noticed it and gave me a raise for it.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
What about you, Emily?
I had a good week. I didn't do too much, just work. That's about it. Nothing exciting.
Anything exciting? All right. Stacy?
Oh, I didn't really have anything positive this week.
No.
I tried to talk to my husband, and first I tried to talk to him by myself, and it didn't go anywhere. I wasn't able to say anything. It just ended up being, I just was like, I couldn't even. Nothing that we talked about in our last session with the role play, I wasn't able to do it.
Do you think that if we tried again, do you think we could come up with more suggestions?
Maybe. We had good suggestions last time. It's just I just don't feel I don't feel safe, and I just don't feel comfortable yet.
Okay. You mentioned last time that maybe with a family member.
Yeah, I'm thinking I'm gonna try that this week.
Okay, so you have someone in mind.
I do. I'm gonna see if my mom will.
Good. Okay. Let us know when we can help. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So did anyone else have any negative incidents with their spouses or significant others? No. Well, last week we had an assignment where we came up with some strengths. Did anyone think of anything? Come up with 2 or 3 strengths that they have?
Well, I'll go first. I said that I was a hard worker, which obviously paid off because I got a raise. And I said I don't give up because I've been through things in my life, but I still keep going. Like I've graduated high school, graduated college, and working and providing for myself.
I put that I was a good listener. I mean, that's part of the communication process. I'm hoping will help fix things at home.
I love to cook, and I put that down. That I'm a good cook. My husband likes my food. I like to have. Sometimes he allows me to have people over, and they all seem to like when I cook. I had a hard time finding strengths. I don't know. I view other people a lot stronger than I am.
Well, that's interesting you say that because I asked you to come up with strengths and then you just said that you felt like you were weak. So maybe we can find ways that you could build yourself up. There are plenty of resources that I can find. We can help each other. This is what this group is for. So is there anything in particular you think that you're weak on? Maybe verbal communication?
That's definitely one. I also feel insecure just because my husband had me quit college and I never completed, and I don't do anything except for take care of our home, which I know is important and that is a job, but I do feel insecure that I never finished. I don't have my own life, and that's one thing that makes me nervous about talking to my husband is if something happens, I can't support myself. There's nothing I can do. I've never worked before. I know a lot of people feel they gain their strength from what they do, and I just don't feel like I do anything.
Well, you have worked before. You said that you work in your house. You said you were a good cook. So maybe not in a retail position, but that would be something you could put on a resume if you were to apply. And you never know. Maybe you could cook something for someone. They'll like it. You know, everyone has to eat. So.
You're a mother. That's a strength.
Oh, yeah.
I love taking care of my kids. Like I said before, I wish they were home. When they were younger, it was just since they've been in high school that they went to boarding school. When they were younger, I did take care of them. And they went to public school then, and it was so much better when they were all home.
Well, the fact that you said you tried to talk to your husband about, like, confronting him about physical and mental, like, verbal abuse is a strength because you tried. Like, nobody else said they went home and tried to talk about it, but you did.
That is a big strength. You have motivation for change. You want to change everyone here has the motivation for change. We're all here for that reason. Yeah.
I think I've just been putting up with it for too long and making excuses. This has been going on for 20 years. And before I even came to this group, I didn't want to believe it was even abuse. I just thought that this was normal. So I think that's it. I guess I could put that as a step, that I do realize something's wrong, and now after so many years of this, I want to change.
It's progress. We all have progress to go. Yeah. Anyone else have anything to add on that topic? Okay. Well, how do we feel we are as a group right now?
I think we've done pretty well. I mean, there's definitely been progress.
Are you
comfortable?
Comfortable?
Mm-hmm.
You came out a lot, so I think the group process is working.
I haven't been here that long. I mean, last time was only my first session, but I mean, it's not about me, but we met with our other social worker again, and Alex has made slight progress with her anger side, not so much at home, but more outside. And I know we talked about last week the role play. I felt too much too soon. May not have been the best. So there wasn't a bad week at home. So I felt it was just best left unsaid.
Right. Yeah. Sometimes baby steps are better. Don't want to fall down and bump your head like a baby. Try to walk. So, does anyone want to change goals? Speaking of that.
I think I more know what I want from this group now. Last time, like I said, it was only my first time. I think I don't think Alex so much the abuse is towards me. I think it's just anger that she doesn't know how to fix. So I think as a goal, my goal would be more so to help her.
Let it out.
Mm-hmm. And finding ways, like positive ways for her to do that.
Good. Roller derby. Kidding. I'm sorry.
I guess I'll say originally my goal was to just be the good wife and stay supportive and just think that eventually everything will get better. But I think my goal now needs to be just direct him to the help and let him do what he wants to do, because if he really wants to change, he'll change. And I can't change him myself.
Right. That's a good point. You know, no one can just change anyone on their own. And it shouldn't be our goal to try to change someone, but it should be our goal to change the way that they're acting towards us. Because we don't want that. We don't want them to hurt us in any way. Especially if it's making us feel the way that we are. Anyone have anything to add?
I think I want to find ways of telling my husband that I want to start trying to support myself. I want a little bit more independence. I know we talked about before when we were role playing about how I wanted to be a part of the economic status of our home and having a debit card and things. But I think I also want the maybe go back to school or something like that.
So, how do you think you'll tell him? Because you're not going to ask him, you're going to tell him. Or you want to have that power.
I don't know.
Is there anything that you would want to go back to school for?
I think after talking, I never thought about it until talking to this group. I think it would be really something I might be good at is maybe going to culinary school.
Yeah.
Well, maybe having the information, all the information for that when you decide you want to talk to him. That way, if he tries to challenge you, you don't feel like you're incompetent about the information you have. If you're educated, you can prove to him that you know something and this isn't something that he knows more about than you.
Yeah, that's good. That's really good.
Well, that would give you control, like just coming prepared and saying, oh, and this is how I can pay for it as well. Like, I don't need your money. I can get this financial aid or something like that too. Like, look into all your options when you come.
And what's another way that we can get control in our situation? Like your situation?
As far as my situation, I guess telling him who he can talk to about getting a job and making him do his resume, get out, interview, do what he needs to do, but telling him I'm not gonna take his abuse anymore. I'm not gonna support him if he continues to do it.
Was he upset when you got a raise?
Oh, I didn't tell him. I'm just gonna let that, because he would be mad about it.
Will he be upset that you didn't tell him when he does find out?
He doesn't really. He's not gonna find out because he doesn't pay the bill, so he doesn't know how much I make anyway. He knows I'm solely the one who makes the money, pays the bills, provides, cooks, whatever needs to be done, and either way he would be upset about it. So it doesn't need to be more of a situation.
Does anyone have any suggestions to help Faith out?
I wouldn't even know how to be. Financial isn't something that we are equal in our house. That is the one thing that you guys have talked about that I don't have to struggle with. We are on almost equal playing field in that aspect.
Okay.
It's interesting that what you're having a problem with is like the exact opposite of me. Has he gone to, I know there's places that will help assist, and does he have any desire to go back?
I mean, I've told him the places he can go. It's just if he goes or not. I'm not gonna just drive him there and say, you gotta get out and go do this. So it's really up to him. I can lead him to the ward, but I can't make him drink, basically.
So he doesn't really want to, you're saying?
I'm not sure. I think he wants to, but he doesn't want the help. Like, he doesn't want to go to the place for services and say, I can't find a job. Like, he just wants to take his resume, his credentials, and be able to get a job.
Okay.
So it's hurting him emotionally that he has to ask for help, being a man.
Okay. Okay. Well, we are about halfway through our sessions, so how are we feeling? We're feeling good as a group, but how are we feeling individually?
Better.
You're feeling like you're stepping up a little bit. You said you're feeling like you're finding ways that she's feeling okay, and you think that he's motivated, but he's not motivated for help. Okay. So that's good. So we will be terminating in a few weeks. How do we feel about that? How do we feel when we leave the group?
I just want to be able to say when it's over that I got something out of it and it was something accomplished.
Do you think you're getting something out of this? Talking about it with people who understand?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm quite ready to be on my own yet, though.
Not quite
I
ready.
don't think I'm quite ready for it.
Do you think that you'll be able to open up more with your mom?
I don't know.
No?
I'm hoping, but she, I don't think she's gonna believe me at first.
Maybe an assignment for this week for you. Just a little, your first step, since we only have a few more sessions. Maybe we should have done this last week, and I apologize, but you could just kind of mention, I'm having problems. I'm sorry, I forgot his name. Steve. Sorry. I'm having some problems with Steve, and then if you have a little conflict, maybe next week, give her some time to think about it, and maybe mention it in front of Steve with her there.
Okay.
No? What do you think?
I feel like you're talking about his mother or your mother.
Mm-hmm.
Your mother. Being that you are a mother and she's a mother, if you come to her and say that you're having marital issues, she's gonna listen anyway. So I just feel like because that's your daughter, you're gonna want to help her regardless. She's gonna be like, oh, we have to do something about this like now. So don't be afraid to tell her and be blunt about it. Tell her everything that's going on as well.
Okay.
You don't know what she hid from you as a child.
Especially when you said you didn't want your kids to know about what's going on. So be open and confident and talk to her about it. Because if it was your kids, you would want them to tell you about it too.
Yes.
You think, Emily? That idea?
I think the fact that if you tell these things to your mother and her knowing that there are children in the home when they are home will be something she can understand too. I think your mother is your best option to talk to. She's going to be someone that is more going to know on a personal level and understand.
Okay. That's a good idea. Okay. So that could be a route to go if you're still not ready after termination, or I can help you find resources. Okay. So we don't have too much time left, but since we were struggling with strengths earlier, I have this little, I don't know what to call it. It's a game, I guess. It's just something to wrap us up. It's a poem. I want us to write a poem with the letters of our name. Okay? So, Emily, you do E-M-I-L-Y. Is that how we spell it?
Mm-hmm.
And then for E, you can come up with something that describes yourself. And I want us to focus on strengths. And we talked a lot about moving forward. So I'll come up with one for myself. And I want you guys to come up with ones for yourselves. And take a moment to do it, and then we'll come back to it. And try not to add any words. It makes it more interesting. Is anybody still working? No? Everybody's done? Okay. Well, I'll go first. My name is Stacy. So I tried to be.
It's Shelby.
What?
Shelby.
Oh, I'm sorry, your name is Stacy. Bleeper. Okay.
You posted.
My name is Shelby, and so I'm going to try to stay sincere and honest, and I try to be energetic, but laid back. Yeah.
Go.
Okay, so what did everyone else write?
Mine's not really a poem. I have a kind of hard name with an E and a Y.
It's okay.
So I just decided to write words that I felt described myself.
Yeah, that's what it is, yeah.
Okay. So I said excitable, modest, intelligent, lovely, and youthful.
Okay. Yeah, good. All right, Faith.
I did what she did, but I just added words in front of it. So I
Oh,
said,
that's okay.
I am family oriented, lucky to be alive, more intelligent than most, talkative when needed, and very hopeful.
Okay, she went to liberal arts school.
I put down servant because I serve at my church. I'm also a teacher at my church. I try to stay positive, my attitude. I like to cook, and then I couldn't find a why.
All mothers are youthful, right?
Doesn't feel that way sometimes at 42.
Okay, so did anyone have a specific reason why they wrote those words? Did anything really jump off the page?
I don't think so.
Okay, so that was just an exercise to get you thinking, motivate you. I am strong. I can do this. All right, does anyone have anything to add before we go on to our next week? Okay, let's do this.